Well, we did the 50K mini bike giveaway a while back, and luckily one of our Patreons, Nate Kilgore, won the set, and he lived like 75 miles away from us.
Yeah, not too far.
So that's pretty sweet. So he came down with the bike that he won and all the parts from Go Power Sports, and we're gonna soup up his little red mini bike. Probably go on a little ride today and have some fun. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
So we gotta remove the engine, take the governor out. We're gonna show you guys the fastest way to remove a governor out of any go-kart engine. And he got a 62 sprocket with this set, but I think it's probably gonna be better to keep the 50. So he can rip it around when we get the governor changed. It's nothing to swap that sprocket out. So let's get to ripping this thing apart. So if you guys remember the giveaway, we did a Coleman CT200U. You also would have won a Go Power Sports torque converter kit for the CT200Us, because you do have to get a certain torque converter. They have a 5/8 crankshaft that is a lot different than any other engine. He got some chain. He got the performance kit, which is the header, heat shield, the jet and air filter, and then we gave him some cup washers, some 18-pound valve springs. So good little setup. You'll double your power out of this bike with this setup. So a good little kit to win. Goofy Goober Ice Cream Parlor. Yeah, this should be a fairly simple, especially with 3 grown men working on this thing. It should be a pretty quick swap out. Oh, we just got to pull the engine to get the governor removed and put in the valve springs, and then other than that, everything else is pretty straightforward and fast.
I remember what size the
jack shaft bracket
is.
We should have timed this to see how fast we can get all this done. He had like, was it like 10 entries in the giveaway?
No, it was a lot.
Oh, so that's why he is. Put in for him.
The crazy thing is he won twice. We had to kind of cheat shovel win, because we were like, we can't do him. Give them both things.
It's like, good gosh, man. And these jack shafts are actually pretty good. He was talking about building your niece?
Sister-in-law.
Sister-in-law a little go-kart, and I told him these jack shafts are perfect to get a kid used to a go-kart. They gear it down really nice, so you know the clutch is definitely usable. We should put him on like 15 extensions so we can do it. Put a recliner in the corner over there. Nice car, baby.
We should have timed this.
I know.
This is gonna be
The record. Alright. Baby. Put the nut back on and we'll knock it fly with it. One of our bolts went in the trash. It's okay. So that little pin right there is the governor pin, the one that holds that gear inside. So once we get the side cover off and get the crankshaft out of the way, we can hit that with a punch, and then a 1/4-inch bolt will thread right into that hole.
Bro.
See how that oil looks brown?
It was a lot quicker than when I did it by myself.
Yeah. I remember it was a day process when we started this. It would take us every bit of a day. Nate Kilgore's in the house, baby. Winner of the 50K mini bike. Woo!
There went.
Right in the trash.
Perfect.
The governor arm has oh, this one had triple washers on it. Make sure to get every one of them out. They are not good for rods. Bam. Bam. See how quick that was? It took 2 seconds to get that out. You got to make sure also, ooh, this can suck, the washer that rides behind the governor as well. There's a little washer just like the governor arm. Now we can do the same thing and put a 1/4 inch bolt in on the back side of the block. So now that governor hole is blocked off. If you can see on the back side, that's where it rode, and it shouldn't interfere with the flywheel because, you know, these set up about as high as this, so we've never got any interference. I don't like putting bolts in from the inside out because you got a risk of it coming off. It's probably on the other side of the engine. Coleman, you sneaky sons of guns. So this is the first bike I've ever seen with a jet that you cannot take out. It's got one way, like where you can tighten it, but the ears kind of drop off. I'm gonna see if I can get it out with an extractor tool. I got another car. One way jet, so you can put it in, but you can't take it out. So we actually had to give him a new carburetor because the new Coleman bikes, I'm guessing all of them is going to be like this. You can't take the jet out. The jet has a standard, I'm sure, can you see that?
Yeah.
Jet has a standard flathead groove in it where the jet that's in this carburetor kind of, you can only tighten it. It's hard to explain. It's got like ramp up ears that the screwdriver will only grab when you're tightening it. So I just thought after we put a side cover on, we should have made him a MSD spark plug wire, and you can buy these from us on Instagram and Facebook. We normally post something about them so you can find them. They don't really add any performance to your bike. It's a lot better quality and has a thicker amount of wire inside of it, so you know there probably is some type of performance advantage, but we don't like to claim that you'll get this crazy horsepower from it. But it looks awesome, and it's a lot harder connection, so it's going to keep, you know, any kind of moisture from getting to your spark plug. So I recommend them, and they look awesome. All right, so we put his 18-pound valve springs in. I didn't record it because we've done it 1,000 times. And we upgraded him with a clear valve cover from Go Power Sports. They look awesome, and it's just cool being able to see those valves work.
No mayonnaise. So they know.
Boom. Classy. Can't even tell that anything's ever been done. Ever.
I could have gotten that smoother like I did that side. That's like framed.
But you chose not to for some odd reason. I could have did this all the way, but I didn't. I would just kept quiet about that.
Well, you really notice it when you throw paint to it.
Yeah, it brings out all the imperfections.
Yeah.
So it went from being your fault to my paint's fault.
Yep. We'll go with that.
At least it won't rust. That's all that matters. Let's go get some slop. Some dirty burgers. Dirty bar burgers. Alright, so when installing the Go Power Sports torque converter kit for a Coleman, you put on all the washers that it comes with. Then you have this key. It's going to sit right in there. We're going to tap it until it hits those washers with the appropriate tool. Once you get that on, you have this shaft adapter that we're going to slide on. And there we go. Then we can slide on our inside plate of our torque converter, and that gets us spaced out correctly. And then we can slap our belt on. And then one side's flat, one side's tapered, taper side out. Get it on there. This sometimes can be a little bit of pain. There we go. You can see how that belt is running straight. That's what we want. Slide on the outside sit up. And there we go. She is installed. The hog is finished.
Good grief.
It's all done. We got to trim some zip ties and put some fuel in it. But so recap: no governor, 18-pound valve springs, jetted carb, the open air filter and exhaust, ton of cup washers. We put a clear valve cover. We used the factory throttle mechanism that's just tweaked a little bit. You can get a, I think it's called a half top plate or something that bolts on top of the side cover, so you can use that as a throttle mechanism if you don't want to kind of rig up your factory one. Only bad thing about a factory one, that's no throttle, full throttle, no throttle, full throttle. That's the only bad thing. There's just not a lot of throttle throw to it, but you'll get used to it or you'll die. Either one, we don't know. Who are we to judge?
Alright. Oh, look at that. We couldn't have gotten closer.
You have septic, but you don't feel it.
Dead. That son of a gun is sweet. Woo! Can I have it?
No.
Come on, I'll trade you. Lonnie's turn.
I think it's awesome.
I want
I'm
it.
buying one. The
You know?
left one, it looks like, because it's shot hard that way.
It'd be the biggest.
Look at the pressure.
There.
Oh,
think.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's go see.
I believe it's much bigger.
Good gosh.
Some people were missing. They're
That
about
thing,
to cut
yeah,
that thing
I was
out.
about to say, one good afternoon.
Hey, Mythbusters claimed it couldn't be done.
Really?
Yeah, they did a show on it.
It's a pretty good day. We had
Suck if you can't.
a few breakdowns, but you know, typical ride. Our problem is we never have set up our tool pack. That's what is happening, but we said this last time. That is what has happened before we ride again next time. We need to get chain links, chain brake tool, extra belts for everything.
We need to make a video.
Yeah, we will. We'll make the perfect go-kart and then the perfect mini bike survival pack, tool pack. That'd be a good video. Thank you for watching, guys. Thank you to Nate Kilgore for coming down, being a patron, supporting the channel.
Our top patron, by the way.
Our top patron. Yeah, he was one of the first, I would say.
Maybe 5 or 6.
Yeah. So he'll definitely be down more. He only lives an hour and a half away. I mean, he's gonna be down more. especially with his guns. So
There's more.
yeah. Well, we thought we was done, and then Nate got on the deuce, and he wants to send it. So he's going to jump the driveway. The squealing you're hearing is the torque converter. It jumps so smooth, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it glides.
I think I made it across that time, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That was a good one. That was a good way to give the people that stuck around to the end of the video got a surprise.
Send out.
Woo, the deuce is bad. Lonnie's on the deuce now. Yeah, you want to do it again? Yeah. All right. Take two. A lot more coming to the deuce, that's for sure. So thank you for sticking around to the end of the video. Hope you like the old deuce jump, and we'll all see you guys later on the next one. God bless. Redbeard's Garage is powered by GoPowersports.com. GoPowersports has a huge amount of awesome go-kart and mini bike parts, and when making your purchase, use the Redbeard discount code in the upper right hand corner of your shopping cart to grab yourself a sweet deal. Hit that subscribe button and make sure the notification bell is on so you'll never miss another episode, and go check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Pinterest to stay up to date with the channel. Guys, always come back to Redbeard's Garage. I'm out.